need to do with this fella, we don't need to do much at all. Again, stippling paint on. I'm going to do this separate and that's different colour as well. I'm just going to rinse my brush off here, and then I can pick up the elves, or the dark elves, and we can make a point of going over their outfits as well, because they're wearing green also. So we just want to make sure that they have the same type of highlights. There we go. So like I say, raised areas get this, and as per usual when I'm painting, I'm looking at the object or the source of the light is coming directly from above. And the reason being, as I've explained a few times in the past, which I'll carry on explaining because it's for anybody who's new to the channel. If I did object source lighting, okay, so if I, for example, have it so that the light is coming this direction, this side will be the lightest part. So if you turn the Mini round to face an opposite way, where there's a group of team, squad or whatever facing that way, it looks as though the light is coming from this side. Let me zoom out. It makes it look as though the light is coming from this side for those two, but this side for that one. It looks odd. So to stop it looking odd, I always have it so that it looks as though the light is coming from directly above. And that is how that's how I work, because I don't like things looking odd in that respect. As I said, there is going to come times where I've painted something and it does look odd. Everybody has that kind of thing at some point or another, and the majority of YouTubers won't show those times. I will. And I will show how I correct it, or I'll just say, never mind, good enough. Because as I say, I'm not a display painter. I am just trying to get decent enough quality models, or decent enough looking models to the tabletop. And I'm also trying to encourage people who've never painted before that it's not as hard as it seems. If you look at other channels, a lot of them make it look as though it's some form of arcane mysticism, as it were, as to how to paint minis. They look at it incredibly technical, and it depends on how far you want to go. If you don't want to take it that far, don't paint it how you want to paint it. But I'm just showing you how easy it is to get started and just getting a decent quality to your paint so they look nice on the tabletop. paint this because I've realised I painted over it in black and it should have been green, the green I painted it. But it's done. Oh dear. You know, I've not got my cold back, it's just that it's very cold in this room where I am at the moment. I've not got the heating on, and I've just closed the window because I had my spray booth nozzle hanging out, not nozzle, the ventilation thing for me spray booth out of the window, and I've not long since closed it. So as I say, it's a bit cold in here at the moment, so that's why I'm sniffling a little. It's not that I've got a cold again, although you would think I would learn to sort of like do things like this in a warm room after just getting over a cold, but no. Expecting me to learn something like that, you're backing up the wrong tree there, I'm afraid. I don't learn things like that. So we'll go with these being green snakes, I think. And I'll get a lighter green on them as well later on. So yeah, that's what we have so far for those. Now we can come back to the skin of the ladies. And again, I'm going to go back to this grey. Yeah, so I will take some of the black, pop it over here. We need quite a bit probably. And a little bit of the white. I don't want it too pale yet. A little bit of water on the brush just to lubricate the paint. Touch more. That's better. And now we can carry on. As I say, I'm not going incredibly pale yet with this. I'm just taking this as the first non-black stage of the painting. You'll see this very subtly in the final thing. It will look like just it will help the shift from very dark to very light. There we go. But as I say, you'll not see it tremendously here. The arms, all the forearms here. Hands are in her anyway, so I don't want to be going over areas that aren't going to be skin here, but that's her done. Now we can go over here and we can work on this young lady. There we go. And once again we'll have only on the raised areas. And don't have to be too precious about where we put this either. We're just, as I said, trying to pick out certain details, certain raised areas. This is just an intermediary step in the way to, or on the way to painting this properly. You'll see it helps later on. And finally, this character. You'd have actually thought I'd have gone out of my way and learned the names of these characters while I've been waiting for the paint to dry, but no, that's just, no, that didn't happen. So what I'm going to do here, I think, is a little bit of like a, not so much a dry brush, but just skim over details. So you've got the very dark in the recesses. It is quite similar to a dry brush, the effect that I'm going for here at the moment, but it's not an actual dry brush. I'm just using the edge of the brush rather than the point to what's the word I'm looking for? Just to make sure that the areas I want to paint are done. There we go. So using the edge sometimes allows you to pick out details a lot quicker. It works on the same principle as a dry brush. Okay, so that's them done. Now we'll add more white into this. Bang some more black in as well. Okay, and now we'll go over and be a bit more precious in where we're going to have these strokes. He says, as he just splatters the brush on it because it slips out of his fingers. It happens, don't worry about it. And just make sure that it's raised areas that gets this, not everywhere. And I just noticed a rear there, and I hadn't painted it earlier. And I'm going to go a little bit lighter with this towards the top of the Mini to highlight, to make it look as though the light's hitting there more than anywhere else. And I'm going to do that by adding a different colour in to the mix. In fact, I'm going to go back to that blue that we had earlier on, that we started off with. because if we add that, it's a good highlight colour for black if you use it sparingly. As I say, didn't like the way it looked when the whole model was that colour, but using it sparingly will give a good level of highlight. It for her at the moment. Okay, so we'll wash our brush out, and I'm going to look for a paler green colour, and the one I've picked is an interesting one because it goes back again to ancient Greece mythology, kraken skin. There you go. Oops, I've put some down. I'm hoping you can see that it's quite a very pale green, and this is just going over some of the snakes right at the very top. Just to bring them out a little bit, make them look a little bit more illuminated. Some areas they just need to be picked out. It's slightly different from the main body. You know, this bit down here. Because this is going to be higher up, I just want to make sure that it's got the more light on it rather than anything else. So that's made it a lot brighter. Now what we're going to do, so all I wanted for that is using the dark sky that we used right at the very beginning. Give it a good shake, a damn good shake. This is the dark sky. It's the one we used to paint the skin of these women. Oops, somebody at the door, won't be a second. Okay, I'm back. Nice, so as I said, we have this dark sky that we're going to put on here now as the highlight for the black. We'll pop this down. I don't think we need a great amount of it. And let's put you to one side and let the snakes dry a little more. And we can pick on you. Okay, so we'll just try your best to pick out the details in the face. It's not terribly easy with these being fairly small faces, but we'll do what we can. And as I said, we're not going to be going mad with this. It's just touching a little bits here and there just to show where there is a lot of light hitting. There we go. And let's do this and this bit here. Bit on the hip there. And just down that arm and down that arm, and I could run some a little bit just down the thigh here and here. And that is near enough it for her. Just got to do the clothing, like boots and whatever, and we'll carry on now with this young lady. Now there's not much again here. As you've probably seen from the past, I've been rabbiting on and saying what I'm doing and not to, but at the expense of positioning. But now I'm trying to get my positioning right, and because I'm doing that, I'm concentrating on the painting, I'm concentrating on the positioning, and I find myself going quiet because it's difficult to concentrate on more than 2 or 3 things at any one particular time. So I do apologise for being quiet. I hope I'm getting everything in camera shot, and I just hope you're enjoying the video and learning something with the videos. Now I'm not trying to, I said before, I'm not trying to teach you how to paint to the highest possible standard. I'm trying to just encourage you into picking up a paintbrush and colouring in your models so that they'll look good when you play the games with people. And that is almost the ultimate thing you can do with gaming, is make your games look good as well as being fun to play. Right, so that's that. We're not too far off ending this. What the hard part for me will be getting these off these wooden plinths, apart from this particular one. especially those two little fellas, they're going to be the one that are going to be difficult to get off the plinths. And then gluing them onto the what you call it, see-through bases, and that's all going to be hard because I don't know what the hell I've done with my see-through bases. It's the clear acrylic bases that I got from actual TT Combat for this. The paint I'm using at this point is leather brown, and so there's not going to be a lot of this to use. So let's start with the little fellas, and let's go with these things here. I don't know whether the leather straps or not, but I'm treating it as if it is. I'm sure I painted these in the brown colour, and I'm just going to paint the top of them. Just like so. Where it's going to get hit by light, that's where I'm going to paint them. This one will be painted there. That one again, just around here, just a few little touches of the brown around and about. And these ones along the top edge and just a little bit down the side. And that's it for them. Next we have these, and we'll do the boots. You got anything I can do with this? Not really. I don't think. Oh, it looks like you've got a little strap, little wrap, wrap there by the look of it. I may be wrong. I'm going to have to stop this video in a bit and transfer over to my hard drive because we're running short of space. So I'll do that now. Back in a bit.